Logan Paul demands a WWE face turn. Plus, Samoa Joe is making his AEW debut tonight. And we have details on multiple scrapped WrestleMania plans for a popular SmackDown star. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Logan Paul at WrestleMania, he was flipping good.
He didn't even practice any moves, Tom. You not seen this?
That's
oh my
what
God,
he said
no
on his
practicing.
show. On his YouTube show, Call Blimey with Logan Paul.
I was surprised. I was genuinely surprised by the performance he put in.
Yeah.
We could talk about his brother on the pre-show till the cows come home. we can talk about general opinions of the Paul brothers till the cows come home. But needless to say, he surprised everybody at WrestleMania.
He really did. Dave Meltzer noting on Wrestling Observer Radio about his future plans with WWE and a promise that was made to Logan Paul ahead of the match at WrestleMania. A promise that was even made a clause in his contract with WWE as a performer. You know why they did the Logan Paul Miz thing at the end of their match that we couldn't understand, that being the Miz attacking Logan Paul? Because when they made the deal with Logan Paul to do the angle, part of the deal was when you're done with this angle, you're going to be a babyface. That was negotiated into the deal. I guess that's why he was a babyface the first time too.
Well, Tom, nobody's going to buy a fake cryptocurrency from a heel. I know
No.
I wouldn't. Would you?
I mean, there is that.
If they were a good guy, though.
It's funny that you say that, and I know we say
Life
it in a...
savings,
in a-
Tom. Get them all in there.
into NFT.
Yeah,
no
into as
flipping
many as you can.
thanks.
We'll make this new thing called physical NFTs that exist in the real world. Would you like a physical NFT hoodie? Defeating the entire point of the description. No, just to
Weird
get back to
that,
it,
mate.
It makes sense. Look, Logan Paul is
Yeah.
coming in here as the star in the situation. Logan Paul has his own viewers who are undoubtedly going to be curious about watching him wrestle, and it kind of helps grease the wheels all round. If he is a face, coming out of this situation, Miz has attacked him. The options there now to, if you wanted to do it at SummerSlam, you could probably run a match between them. If you want to wait till LA, you can run a match between them. But you've got all this time to build. Miz works so flawlessly as a heel. Logan's just pretty much got to stand there and take it like he did when he first came in. And people will be like, oh no, not Logan Paul. Don't talk to him like that. That's the idea.
I don't know how well it's going to work with Logan Paul as a babyface. I
think
why.
we're not really going to see him very much. I think we're going to see him maybe pop up toward the middle of the year, maybe back toward the end of the year, and then Mania next year, and then we'll see.
I'll take it from there, yeah.
But then, he was being apparently courted for a WWE creative role.
Yep, I've heard that too.
So there's, if he comes into the company that route, we will probably see him slightly more, and then if he gets good at that job, then maybe quite a lot less.
Well, yeah, I think maybe do a bit of both. I think
he'll
do a bit of both.
probably do a bit of both. But I think if he ends up going, oh my God, I love WWE creative, and he becomes somehow the best wrestling booker in ages, or script writer in ages or whatever, then we may see less of him. But I think this is all very much intended to make Logan, the babyface in the situation, because it's easier to build to a, hey, Logan's back, everybody. How good did he do at Mania? And then he gets attacked again.
There is very much that. On the other side of the fence, it is Wednesday, and we all know what Wednesdays are all about.
That's right. Nitro review taping.
That's exactly what it is. We're recording an episode of the Cultaholic Classic Nitro review today, and you'll hear it tomorrow on the Cultaholic podcast feed. Sam Driver and I watching every episode of Nitro from the very beginning to It's or Our Bitter End. It's on the podcast feed. But it's also today, Dynamite Day.
Yeah.
Happy AEW Dynamite Day. And the Owen Hart Foundation men's tournament is rolling tonight. Max Caster faces the man making his AEW Dynamite debut, Samoa Joe.
I mean...
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum.
I want Joe to win, but I want Joe to lose, but I want Joe to win. But I want Joe to...
You want Caster to beat Joe in his first night
Could you
in.
imagine the heat? Could you imagine?
I'd be down for that, actually. I'd be down for that.
Either I'm just happy Joe's over the fence. This is going to be
Great to see Joe. I was almost as excited as Tony Khan to see Samoa Joe at Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor, where he just turned up at the end. I kind of had an inkling that they were going to bring him in as a nice little surprise.
Yeah.
Perfect surprise for Ring of Honor. I hope that Joe primarily is in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, people are kind of split about this. I think, because it goes one of two routes. It's like, hey, look, remember all the old Ring of Honor guys? Hey, they're back in Ring of Honor. And they, people are like, no, don't pen them in. Make them be AEW stars. But I think most of them are going to probably work both anyway.
Yeah.
Because, the companies are together. I don't know how they're going to do it. We're just going to have to wait.
We will see what they do. One to keep an eye on. Talking of big, beefy boys getting back in the ring, Sam Driver, I thought of you when I saw this pop up today. And let's look at his face. Look at his boat race.
Happy. I'm
look
so
at his
happy.
boat race.
It's Scott Norton.
Scott Norton. He saved everyone.
He's not even aged. He's not even aged. Like he's a bit grey, but like straight up, if you just ferment him and put him next to a cutout of himself from '98, he might look slightly more leathery. But that's just part of the charm.
I like how you made "just for men" a verb.
Why not?
Just ferment him. Yes, Scott Norton returning. He is going to get back into a New Japan ring for the first time in about half a decade. He's going to be part of the 12-man tag.
Half a decade. He was on the Rambo in 2011.
Was he?
Yeah.
Of course he was. Lest we forget.
2017. Sorry.
I knew what you meant.
A decade. 2011. 11 years ago.
He's so excited. He'll be part of the 12-man tag at Windy City Riot. He's going to team with the Bullet Club to face United Empire.
I'm for that.
Norton, is it one of the, another bridge between the NWO and the Bullet Club?
Yeah, why not? It's Scott Norton, yeah.
And I think a 12-man tag's nice for him. I love the idea of the match going on, and then that beefy tag to Scott Norton, and he just runs wild.
Just watching him clean house. I'm going to be so happy. And then we just keep him around, guys, and then put him in a 9-year program with Tomohiro Ishii. And just bring other people into don't let the match end. Just put him in a ring, make sure there's some tables set up like a big buffet, couple of beds, toilet, and then we can just bring other wrestlers in whenever we want.
A creative pitch from Sam Driver
Why
for the
can't
return of a legend.
Why can't we be doing Big Brother but wrestling?
Get it? Write it down. Copyright it quick. Big Brother but wrestling. Hang on, didn't Impact do that with Wrestler's House? They might have done. You might have done. Sam Driver there with some creative pitches for Scott Norton. WWE had some creative pitches for Bayley around WrestleMania 37.
So this was it. I mentioned, I think it was the last video, was like, there was a big surprise regarding, two people. One of them was Alexa. Bayley shocked me. I genuinely thought Bayley will be, popping up at some point, and just nothing.
So last year, Fightful Select reported for WrestleMania 37 that some of the plans were to get Becky Lynch and Bayley involved in an angle. That ended up not happening, with Becky Lynch sort of joking with Fightful, they had bigger things for her. And Fightful say, we followed up with people who were working with creative at the time who confirmed to Fightful there was an exhaustive number of pitches to get Bayley more involved at WrestleMania 37. We're told that her value to the show was never in doubt, but everything that seemed to get pitched just kept getting shot down. There was a heavy push for a couple of members of creative for Bayley to host the show either by herself or with Titus O'Neil and Hulk Hogan. Love the idea of them in night 2 coming out all dressed as pirates. That'd be wonderful. Also several pitches for a live episode of Ding Dong Hello. So a year before we had the Kevin Owens show headlining WrestleMania Night 1, they were pitching Ding Dong Hello
with
as a
special
talk show.
Celebrity guest Hulk Hogan, and then it leads to Bayley versus Hogan, and Bayley just package pile drivers him on the apron.
That'd be amazing.
It was shocking enough that this, last year it was like Bayley absence, and then this year it was just sort of like
It was more that Bayley didn't get anything tangible in ring to do. She was getting so many lovely reactions backstage when she hung out with the NWO and all that stuff. And then she got got knocked out by the Bellas, which they hoped would be like, oh, that showed her, and everyone booed the Bellas.
Of course they did,
because they want Bayley.
Of the Bellas.
And it's Bayley.
But it's just weird. I think Bayley's somebody that WWE should be maximizing every last little bit of entertainment out of, because she's able to just command the situation, especially the Ding Dong Hello and the heel turn, everything that came with it. It was just more strings to the bow, and we just need her back soon. We need her back as soon as possible.
Could be Friday.
Hope so.
Across all the things. More wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.